Are you somebody who has tons of beautiful scrapbook paper, but you're someone who also struggles with how to sort it, what to do with it, how to put it in there, and when you do put it up somewhere, you have trouble finding it, and you find yourself spending more time looking for paper than actually scrapbooking that memory? Let me tell you what I've done that works for me. I have been scrapbooking for 30 years, and I have tried pretty much everything out there. And this is the only thing that I have tried. I've been doing this now for about 5 years, and it's worked fabulous for me. And let me see if it might help you. So one of the things is that when you're looking for a way to store your paper, let's talk about that first. A lot of people will store their paper in a horizontal type position. So like for instance, if you have this, you have to look through every piece of paper that you have, and then, or you have it in a container, and you have to take the container out and look through it. And so when you get something new, it just goes on top, and then whatever's on bottom may get found and it may not. So what I suggest that you try is, if you have it in one of these magazine holder things here, instead of sitting it like this on your shelf, to where you have this page here, this thing here on the outside, you still have to pull it out to be able to get whatever paper you have in it out. So it's like this. Just turn it around a little bit to where this is on the outside of your shelf, and then it just comes out. No, nothing keeps it. So you can actually flip through your paper and find what you're looking for without pulling it off the shelf at all. That's like, was a light bulb moment for me when I found that, when I thought about that. You know. The other thing that you can do is, I have sheet protectors. This is what I use. Now you can get different ones. There's some that are cheaper. You know, if you're on a budget, there's nothing wrong with them. They're a little bit thinner. So they have a tendency to rip a little bit. Now I do usually cut the edges of this off here, but you could take the adhesive tabs, and you could actually label this as well. So when it's like this, or even if you put it like this, it's got the label on it. I cut this off because I just want that smooth edge, or you can just turn it around this way. But what I do is I take like paper, like there is 4 sheets of this, and I put it inside my page protector. If I like both sides, I can see both sides. However, if I don't care about seeing both sides, I choose the side that I do want to see. I choose another paper in that same category, and I put it in. So when I'm sorting through this, I know exactly what I have, and I can easily see how many I have, what I don't have. See this one? Both sides. Or you can do both individual sides. When I have kit collections that, you know, the regular just small kit collections that comes with about 12 sheets of paper, and it has the sticker sheet, I put it all together and put it in a page protector, and then I put it in that category. So when I see my stuff and it's all together, I can just literally flip through and see what it is that I have. Now I do have a couple of the larger collections that I've gotten. I don't normally do get the whole collection, where you have the regular collection like this. You actually have the coordinating paper, the 6x6 or the 8x8 paper, and you have embellishments. You can put all of that in one of these little envelopes. I will link all these down below for you so you can see them. The page protectors to me are easier, because to me there are like, I think the one I just bought was like $25 for 100 of them. So to me that goes a long way, and they're reusable. So if I use that paper up, it's easily put and used again. The other thing is that when I do one and I have the paper left over, like this is one for summer, and when I do a layout, I have tried before to do a base page layout. That being said, my brain looks like, okay, I've got the base page done. I have got tons of pictures printed. I find a picture and put the embellishment on there, and it's done. because if I put a base page up there, I know myself, and I don't think I would go back until I had a whole bunch of base page left. But a base page is better than having all the scraps. But what I do is I put them in one of these page protectors. This is the way I've used it before. It's part of the collection that I can use again. And I put this right back in my summer, because this is part of my summer collection. I put this right back in the category of my summer collection. So that to me is easier to find and to do something with. Now, the other thing that I do, or that I know you can do, I haven't done this, but I have seen a lot of people who do. If you have just a shelf and you're looking for something reasonable to keep that paper standing up in a vertical way, take a look at pot lid holders in the kitchen area. I have one that I found that if it goes from like 12 to 22 inches wide. Now you can put that if you have one of the containers, you have a shelf, whatever you store your paper on. You put that in there, and it's like 6.5 inches tall, and I'll show you a picture of it now. And this will hold your paper in a vertical position so that you can easily pull it out. There is other envelopes that will hold up to 55 sheets. I personally don't buy those because I don't have 55 sheets of paper that I want to put together. I'd rather have my kits together like this, or I'd rather have the pages together like this, so I know exactly how many. Because when I didn't do this, I was finding myself, okay, this is my flower section. I'm looking through 50 sheets of paper trying to find the flowers, and then I would have to go look again to see if I have 2 of them. This way I know exactly how many I have, and I can, use that. Now, let me tell you about my categories. It's the way I put my collection in there is I do wood grain, I keep together. I keep multicolors, things that's got too much color and I can't figure out. Also, those are good kit starters. I keep mail, and in the mail section I put football, baseball, because my grandsons play that. I keep my firefighting collection in there because my husband was a firefighter, and so is my son-in-law. I have, just anything you can think of, like first cars, boy toys, baby boy, just anything to do with mail is in that section. And you can actually go through and put it in like birth on, but mine is just in the male section, and it's not a lot. And then I have a female section. Now my female section is going to be more like band, choir, because the girls don't play baseball or football. If they did, I know where to find it. And I have things like, the girl things like fixing your hair, or baby girl, dolls and pink and purple and that kind of thing. They're not all that way anymore because they're closer to teenage years, but I keep all that stuff that reminds me of any one of my granddaughters in the female section. And then I start with my monthly, and my embellishments are set the exact same way in my notebooks. I have a section that I keep all my flowers in. I have 2 notebooks of flowers, which means I need to start using them or losing them. I have a male section. I have a female section. Any embellishment that I find, I take the sticky out the back and I put it in my notebook. So when I look at paper, my embellishments are in the exact same order. So to me that helps. And then I start with my monthly. Now on my monthly things, I have January, which I take some of my paper from Christmas that has a lot of snow and stuff like that on there, and I actually do put it out of Christmas and into my January snow time, because that's when I think we get most snow in January and February, so I have a snow section. And then I have February, which is Valentine's Day, and then we have March. Now in March you have St. Patrick's Day and the first day of spring. So I have my spring collection, and it's St. Patrick's paper. So it's literally in order of this on my shelf. And then I have summer. Now when you think of the first day of summer, going to the beach, but I also think of travel at that time. So I do keep those things together, summer and travel. And then 4th of July. I do have one kit for 4th of July that I put together. In May, with the first day of spring, you also have Mother's Day. So anything to do with Mommy to Be, Happy Mother's Day paper, things like that goes in with the May or the the Mother's Day section. You could also put that with your female. Depends on how you think of it. I have Father's Day in June, also the first day of summer. And in July, you have the travel, July 4th, and, just anything that, as you go monthly. August, I have back to school stuff, and I take anything from any section. I have a Harry Potter kit that I took some of the papers down that was specifically Harry Potter, but there was a couple of sheets in there with books that I put in with my school, because that's where I'm thinking when I think books, I put it there. And then we have September, which is fall, first day of fall. And I have the kits that I've used fall, and I have some fall paper that I have put in, and I put them in just like this after I've used them, and I put them in my fall selection. That way I know exactly where it's at, and I have it. I don't put it with scraps. I put it with this one. And then I have Halloween for October, and then you have November, which is Thanksgiving. You have December, of course, for Christmas. And then after that is when I go to my color. So I have my collection at the top, all of my monthly things, my special categories, all my monthly things. And then I go to my other colors: red, yellow, blue, green, orange, pink, purple, white, black, whatever there is, that's where I have that. So everything is in a category, everything is together. Now, when I have like summer, like if this was my summer collection, this is like travel, and then right before that I have summer. So I know exactly where to find everything, and I go to my notebook and I find that. So you guys, you can do this. You can handle this. You can get your paper sorted. You can get it fixed where you can find it all at one time. If you have questions, if something, you're struggling with something, don't hesitate to leave me a message. I will get back to you, and we will figure it out together. Don't hesitate, guys, to let somebody know, and don't criticize yourself. Just do what you can, and then don't worry about the rest. Bye, everybody.